Alright. Wait. Yep, it's working, it's working. Just to check, make sure. Yep, it's working. Alright. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Albio 3 welcome back to Albio 3. And today we're gonna be continuing playing Fortnite. Hope everyone's doing well on this Monday evening. And well, yeah. Guess we'll just go ahead and start now. Oh my goodness. I didn't know I had the volume turned up that high. I don't know why I can't hear that well. Let me turn up the... Let me go ahead and adjust the volume here, so I can hear what I'm doing. Alright, we'll just go to 60%. I don't know if it's my headset or what. Yeah. Maybe it's just I'll have to go ahead and... Yeah. When I get into the game, I'll have to just check and make sure. But yeah. I guess we'll go ahead and start without further ado. Actually, now we've got Meowsles. I think I'm gonna try finding a new skin to use. Maybe I'll even customize my own for today's video now I think about it. Let's see. I think something more tactical. Like yeah, this'll work. No, not that. There. I mean, remember this being looking more tactical, because there's just a bunch of yellow. Alright, equip. I mean, black is always quite formal, I suppose. See. Capes. I don't know about cape. How about a... I forgot about that. Yeah, we got that last time. I remember. Yeah, I want to find some sort of camouflage maneuver of this, but I think that's possible. What if I just go with none? You know, I've never tried no backlink, but I've heard it has many there's many benefits to not using a backlink while playing Fortnite. So, I suppose we'll try that today. How do I just oh wait, I know what I should do. Instead of doing this, we can just do this. As well as this. Clear all. There we go. Now we may restart from scratch. Alright, so again, let's try. I'm trying to find something that looks, you know. I just realized that we should probably use the fact that like Fortnite doesn't use name tags to an advantage by trying to get more camouflage type loadouts. Wait, where is that character we were using just a bit back? There we are. Nah, let's just not use a backlink. What type of weapon should we use? You know, at the end of the day, simple blade'll do well. Yeah, let's try that. Alright, what type of... What's the most subtle looking glider we could use? This looks like it would be tactical. This looks less like it would be more tactical and more like it would just match everything else we're using, so why not? Let's not use any of those. How about we just... Okay, what would be a good idea? This is a camo-like tint, but... I mean, this is a... That looks quite nice. I honestly have always enjoyed the Indiana Jones wrap just because it's so simple, you know? Doesn't have to be all, you know, fancy looking. It just has to be simple. And, well... Yeah, I can't see anything else that would work better now I think about it. There isn't really like a digital camo wrap. That'd be nice. I bet they already have that and I missed out on getting it. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, yeah. I haven't changed my icon in a while now. There's so many though. Maybe I'll change it. Let's see. Standard. You know, I guess that'll work. Just a tree. Yeah, that'll work, I guess. Not really. How about... Ooh, that looks pretty neat. It's like a little bit, it's like a Saturn type planet with a belt around it, a belted planet. Yeah, that looks like quite nice. That'll do anyway. Alright. Well, I guess we'll just use that. Oh wait, let's view our quests first. Now I think about it. I don't know why I turned music off. Oh right, yeah, because of the stupid vehicles. I still can't seem to get the vehicles working, so that was frustrating. Okay, accept a job from job board. Loot weapons from eliminated players. Survive storm phases. Alright. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, we were already trying to collect those, so I pretty much know what. I kind of remember those. Alright. So destroy objects, outlast opponents, and visit landmarks. Alright. Alright, we can do that. Yeah. Forgot we're only on like level 44, so that's not good. See, what's new in the item shop? Absolutely nothing worth buying. Alright then. It's pretty normal with Fortnite at this point. Fortnite. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to consider calling this game fun. At most, I'll call it iconic. Alright, so I guess we'll, And over here. Darn it. I've noticed how often I like seem to like rub my face and whatnot, and so it's kind of like an issue I probably should break out of, so just need to stop. Darn it. Why does my nose always gotta be itch when I'm streaming? Or I have to be yawning or some other thing that flaws my concentration. Outside of the fact that I have very little concentration to begin with. Darn it. Alright, let's see here. Why does my nose itch so much? I don't get it. It's like the fact that I'm trying not to touch my face is making it hard for me to not touch my face. I think just a bit ago I was cleaning the bathroom and used like some sort of like chemical solution that had a bit of bleach in it, so could be why, like, you know, agitation to skin. I don't think it, yeah, you know, like, shouldn't kill me. I don't know what about bathrooms, but like, I think like the like lime buildup or whatever, it's so hard to get rid of. Like I thought if like I used the bleach, it would make it like I could finally make it look, you know, clean again. Like I don't know. It's like I've never went to someone's bathroom that, like, you know, they've been for. I've never been to someone's, like, you know, like, I don't, it's kind of a random thing to, you know, think about, but like I've never like what's the word? Went to someone's like bathroom, seen a bathroom that someone's owned for a while that isn't like riddled with like orange tint or whatever. Like, of course I know that, like, a lot of it has to do with, you know, urine and someone's, you know, urinated while showering. That's a high, like, possibility of why. But it seems like there's reasons outside of that, you know. It's like, maybe it's like you urinate while you're taking a shower, and then the, like, lime solution of the water after it, like, becomes dense, causes it to like combine, and then dyes the like heavy water lime colored, I guess. If I had to assume, I guess that's why. I don't know. You know, it's like So stainless steel has the issue with like lime buildup, right? And then metal just like rusts. Or like I wonder if like you know, like stuff that isn't stainless steel also has lime buildup as well as, you know, gradual rust to it after a long time of use. I forgot what I was supposed to be doing, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and try getting that one achievement done, I remember. Oh, destroy stones? Alright, I can do that. Alright then. I think there's also a milestone for us to destroy structures. So that'll be something to look into. Yeah, this morning after I got done cleaning, I think like I don't know, it's like I got bored last night and I actually consider like getting into another one of those, you know, free to play like Pepsi sponsored games you're always hearing about. You know like the tank game or like War Thunder, whatever it's called. Yeah, that one. Never realized how much I like flying planes. Until, you know, other planes start shooting at me and then I just rage quit. So, you know. It's really just fun to like dive down and attack the ground vehicles. Oh dear. Well, at least that didn't harm us. I haven't really ever gotten into like tanks in general. So that might be something to try considering. Or like, I think generally with like all the like, you know, high skilled, you know, warfare type like shoot 'em up games I've always wanted to get into, but I've just like every time I start I just always get so infuriated at how often I die due to the intense difference between other people skill compared to mine when trying to learn how to play the game. It's just infuriating. Same reason I had such a hate for Fortnite when I started playing it, and over time that hate has sort of just become more and more mild and easy to tolerate. I was talking to like someone about like how Fortnite really isn't a bad game. It's just the community that you have to participate with to play it. Huh. Well, you know. I really don't care about any of these rifles. I just want my repeater. Whatever. Oh no, I need to go get some more health. Stupid me. Aw, you have to be kidding. That is not good, 'cause we're about to die due to lack of health. I think you can heal in the like leaf piles, but you have to have like a augment for it to work. Ah, crap. There's a hair right at the edge of my mouth. I basically wash my hands after like working with all the cleaning products. But then also like it really wasn't the best fix for all the stuff I have on my hands when cleaning. So every time I have to touch my mouth, like, it means more being attached, and I don't know, it's like I'm like mildly confident like can't be lethal. This is also coming from the brilliant mind that once sat in a vat of oil outside of a body shop because I thought it was solidified rubber. Oh, gracious. I had a Lego Star Wars backpack on. Somehow, whatever I was like, I got into, started to dissolve the cover of it, so. Still concerns me what that could have been. But I was also like 3, so anything that could have been gone wrong would have already. Ah. My beautiful. .125 calibrated savior in this vast, depressing land. And of course I drive it right into a stream. Why would I not? I need to change the fuses on my bike. Well, that'll come in handy. I would think the motorcycles in this game would be 125 calibrated. Just because of the model. I'm very familiar with that model. Or mostly just the handlebar cosmetics. Look to be about 2019. Yamaha grade. But really it's kind of odd how like Honda and Yamaha will end up having like the same, they'll just like copy the same like model for each brand. If I'm not certain, I believe that Honda started out as a motorcycle company. Or something. Yeah. Could be wrong. That's what we need to do on the channel. We need to play a game where like we just like race cars or something. I don't know. We haven't done any racing games, I don't think. I don't know. Something like that. At some point I'm just gonna have to like, I'm thinking about splitting like off into more channels where I do different things. Like this could be my gaming channel. Then I get a channel where I like build stuff. I don't know. Or like work on stuff. I've always wanted to like really get into like the like the mechanic work and stuff. Not really just mechanic work, really just like body work and stuff. Over many years I've gotten very good at taking stuff apart. Putting it back together is a whole nother story in itself. I think the last thing I really tried taking apart was I was gonna try to make like a slightly less powerful like a motorcycle or whatever, so my mom would let me drive it around wherever I wanted without, you know, that was like parental guides or whatever. So I found an old like because of the weed whacker motors. I took it apart. I really got good. And I think I actually put all the like mechanic stuff apart, but for some reason the model of like weed whacker that I was using to take apart, it had the weirdest thing where, you know, like the flywheel you used to like pull it to turn it on. Like you had to like get all of the stuff to fit right while putting on the plastic case. And for goodness of me, I finally got fixed, and then I dropped a what is it called? It's like the little like steel cylinder that you use to get like bolts and nuts off with the like ratchet wrench. Anyway, little one of those, it fell right into the right down there into the shell where the flywheel, you know, the motor was. So still sent to the shop today. I'm pretty sure I could get it working. I just have to take it all apart again just to get that one bolt out. And then spend another 3 hours for putting the shell back on, as well as lining the flywheel up so it fits in properly. And then really the Weed Whacker is a very awkward, like, type of motor that I would figure out how, you know, wire around a bicycle, like, base or what, bicycle chassis. The ideas I've thought of really is just to, like, take the, like, I don't know what the bike thingy is called that, like, goes all the way through, but it's like it's like that brake. It's like the sort of like, it's that thing that, like, you don't see on a lot of bikes, but with motorcycles, it's like a, oh goodness gracious, I could have thought of that. I remember what it is. It's the gear that the bike chain attaches to. I'll say about, like, just welding, like, some sort of mount onto that, and then basically taking the bike gear for the back tire and like basically lengthening it a bit further outward, so then I could have plenty of space for that giant, like, you know, like cog, the thing that's spinning, like it's gonna be spinning in circles. So then if I could, like, just keep that, the main base of it, in main base motor in the center of the chassis, and then because, you know, you have the bike here and then it's like expanding outwards, so attached, you know, you would have to get the chain to be all the way out to the side of the bike. So if I could just get another pipe or something, weld it to the, you know, gear, so that it would still connect to the bike, but the gear could be further outward. So it would be sort of like on one side. But even then, you would have to figure out how to balance the weight with something. And at that point, it would just be too heavy for the bicycle to load. Also, I need to figure out how to set up the welder. A few years ago, my father got me a weld set, or it was basically his, but he said, you know, I could have it after whatever, and like never set it up. So now I gotta figure out how to set up that, and I think it might be pretty simple, but it's just a big box of wires and stuff that scares me to death to try working on. And really anything that I do with AC voltage just scares the crap out of me now, since the incident with the darn it, I thought I could think of the name of the model. The vintage television block type of stuff where I took it apart and tried rewiring it just to see how it worked again, and set the motherboard on fire. So, like, ever since then, just AC voltage scares the crap out of me. But yeah, it's probably already pre-built. You just have to, like, put all the stuff into the case and screw it in. For the longest time, I didn't even understand how welding worked in general. Just because, like, it's like all you see is like bzzzt, bzzzt, and then like it's welded together. But like it's sort of like soldering, right? Except with like, instead of using lead sticks, you use a like aluminum or a metal and gunpowder solution, right? Where basically, like, you heat up the metal you're about to weld on, and then you let the little stick touch the two pieces of metal, and it, like, it burns really fast, so the aluminum will heat up and then attach the two pieces of metal together, right? I feel like the words I say make sense sometimes, but then I'm reminded that they don't. Either way, it's probably a very simple thing. I'm just have no idea where to start, really. Or really, I probably could, you know, it's not the fact that I'm like, what's the word? Discouraged to attempt, but it's just that every time I attempt something, there's a 20 to 80 shot that it's going to horribly, you know, fail, as well as permanently destroy any future attempts at fixing the problem or re-attempting at it. I really think I could make my own like makeshift blowtorch instead of having to set up the stuff. Honestly, I've seen I've seen how in gas stations they sell the cigarette lighters, and then they're coming out with the what is it called? I forgot what they call it, but it's like the it's an alternative fuel-based cigarette lighter that is in the formation of a blowtorch. That might have enough to heat up metal so that the like welding stick rod can function properly when, you know, it touches the metal. I'm not sure, it's just a hunch. And also like the big like aluminum, like the big like gas things that you have to hook up to it look terrifying. So yeah, I think like, oh wait, no, I remember now. Like, sometimes, like I've seen people using the welding sticks, but also I see the welding guns, where it's like, there's a button to push out like a little, like, stick coming out of the like the, you know, welding thing that isn't the blowtorch. It's like a little gun that you put like a little bit of the like welding stick stuff out, and then like, it taps onto the metal. I think that's another type of welding set. That's a more modern kind, rather than the simple blowtorch and welding stick method that is commonly used. I don't know. Like, welding just sounds cool, you know. Either that, or I want to make my own forge. But really, I think at the end of the day, it's the idea of creating a forge is really just the redneck engineering in me. Just, you know, having a field day with the nightmares I could attempt to create. You know, I'll burn like, you know, I'll go out there like burn pine leaves or something, and you see the big fire pit out there, and you just think maybe if you could set up a couple cinder blocks and get it just hot enough to melt something. But then I burn my hair in trying to set up the cinder blocks before lighting the fire, so probably best that I don't do that. Or not. I think like, I don't know, someday I'm gonna either learn how to weld or get a kiln, a melting kiln thing so I can make swords. Really, I think like in the shop that like was left to me, really, I have like all the like things I need outside of some way to heat the metal up and attach it to other pieces of metal. It's mowing day. I don't know if I go back to school. I think school starts next month, I'm afraid. I'm not sure. Maybe it's like, I don't know. I can never figure out exactly when, because I can never remember enough to think of the months. And then again, I barely understand the time system of months enough to, you know, properly track them. Sort of like with measuring like time and like analog time. I can tell the hours, and I can tell you, like, someone when it's the 30th minute has been accomplished, because I know that the skinny hand is touching the 6th. But that's about it. I mean, I don't know, like, up to a point. Like, I've been learning, because, you know, I got myself a watch a bit back. And, yeah. I've been trying to teach myself that way. Like, I'm guessing, because I think, like, every time the skinny hand touches another, whatever number the skinny hand is touching, you multiply it by 5. So, like, I don't know, it's like, at this point, it's like I can tell time, but if, like, someone's, like, in the moment, like, okay, what time is it? And I see it, I won't be able to, like, you know, and, like, figure it out. I wouldn't able. I would take me like it would take me a moment just to figure out what time it is. The like minute time is, in general. But yeah. You know, I think watching too much, like, I don't know, like, stuff from the internet or YouTube is, like, harmful to me in a way that, like, is I think it's a new, unique way. Like, I'll watch stuff and then, like, be inspired to, like, carry out stuff like that. Like, you know, making swords, mostly, recently, you know, like, with the stuff, it's like, you know, it's like, I'll be watching that, like, enough to the point where I'm like, I want to go do that. And then, like, you know, the next day I'll be watching something else, and it's like, okay, I want to go do that. And it's like, you know, it's like, I feel like that type of thought pattern is unhealthy because, you know, it's, if I can't focus on one thing, I'm just going to be bad at everything I try to, you know what I mean? I just thought of like the best way to say someone is like easily distracted is just easily inspired, I guess. I don't know. That's how it feels, I guess. I think that's the right word. Like, you know, it's like, really anything I'm watching where someone's building something, like, there's always a chance that I'll end up, like, I'll turn it off and be like, alright, I want to go do that. And then, you know, I don't know, it's weird. Someone's attacking me. Okay, they're coming from that direction, but I still can't see them. If I can't see them, they shouldn't be able to see me, by darn it. Oh, there they are, I found them. I found him. It's okay. Good grief me. Come on. Land a shot for crying out loud. Good grief. Speaking of weaponry, thinking about starting getting back into practicing my skills with artillery-based weapons. When I was younger, I did a lot more with like weapons and stuff. Like, I think I really like the oh crap, how do I get rid of that? I don't know how to. Anyway, like, but like, then like the reason like I don't really go out and do anything anymore is just like it takes so much work to get out there, and then after you're out there, you just feel like, you know, like it's like it just never feels like not like it was. It doesn't feel like it was a good idea, but more of like it feels like it was like I don't know how to explain it. It's not a waste of time. It's more of like a I don't know. It feels like if I didn't go out and do stuff, I don't know how to explain it, like, you know, but like I could be doing something else with skills I already know how to. I don't know, and that'll happen like whatever, like, yeah, I just be watching someone make something and I'm like, I want to go do that, and then I'll go out and do it because it's just how my train of thought works. It's just like, it's like I never really think about like all the reasons that's a horrible idea, you know, like. I think one time I finally worked. Like I was seeing a bunch of people like. At one point, like I think I was on TikTok, you know, a bunch of friends were showing all the swords and stuff they were making, and I was like, I'm gonna go make a sword, and in fact, I made my own machete out of a old lawnmower blade I found outside, and that was probably the first successful like hobby I've ever done in a while, really. And you know, I was so proud of myself. Everybody else said my machete looked like trash, but I don't care. It was like I feel like the first like thing I've actually created that wasn't a horrible disaster, you know. Someday I want to make another sword or something, you know. It took me like maybe 3 days to make it, honestly. And that was just because I was doing it every evening after school. Like, really, I was already like refining out the piece of metal I was gonna use, and then I just had to make the handle. And that bloody handle, oh my goodness. I hate making handles for like knives and swords and stuff. Like, the process of creating the handle is the most painful, grueling, and like anxiety-inducing part, because unless you know, can afford actual, you know, proper wood to make handles, you just go out in your yard and find rotten old boards that no one's using, and then try to refine them so they actually work, you know. I think it's really not that bad. It's just like, usually it's just like dry, rotten stuff that like, it works, but if you test it, it's gonna fail, you know. But yeah, I cleaned something up, and it was like it was a fairly alright piece of board. It was really just used as like a board stop, or it was used for like propping stuff up or whatever, you know, that type of scrap metal. It wasn't plywood, but it was like it was this. It felt like this. It was still like a slightly higher like grade level than plywood. You know, I feel like you could find a way to make plywood, you know, actual usable handle making type of, like, you know, wood. Like, you just have to find a way to refine it, you know? Like, one of my favorite things to do is just take sandpaper and clean something up that's like made out of metal or something, you know? And like, I feel like if you took like a combination of like wood glue or like epoxy or something and made so it seeped through all of the plywood and then let it dry, and you sanded that down, you would have a more like dense, malleable density within the plywood to turn it into a handle for like a weapon. And also, it wouldn't cost as much, and well, in retrospect, it would probably cost just as much for the supplies needed to refine the plywood, but I don't know. It might work. The main issue with plywood is it's just made out of, you know, it's just a bunch of wood applied together by, you know, very low grade, you know, stuff. So, like, the reason, like, if you try making it into a handle, it would just keep chipping away. So, the logical thing to do is either, like, just sand it down so there are no edges that are able to chip at, as well as take all the wood that's already plied together and further adhesify it with some sort of agent. Now, I could only assume wood glue or epoxy. Wood glue might be the more aesthetically appealing option, because honestly, I've seen so many people take epoxy and like, you know, abuse the beauty of how epoxy is designed for some like stuff, and it's like, I don't know. It's like, it goes back to like, I don't know, it's like, I just think there's some things that epoxy does not need to be used for. Now that I might, you know, I'll take that back for now, because I can't think of things off the bat that people have improperly used epoxy for. Usually it's just like people will improperly cure the epoxy over stuff, and then it'll look ugly because there's a bunch of air bubbles in it, and then if you don't get the proper thing, it'll crack open and then just look yucky because you have little strings of epoxy that are peeling off if it's not properly applied. I don't know. Maybe clear epoxy. Sort of like when you go to those restaurants where they have glue covered over everything. Like, maybe like a handle that's sort of like that. But even then, after holding like that, you know, epoxy based, you know that stuff for a while, it can't be comfortable. So like, I'll probably take the epoxy, you know, soak the plywood handle in it, and then sand down as much as possible of the epoxy from the wood, so you had a more satisfying, what's the word, variation or frequency of like plywood, you know. So the reason wooden handles work so well is because they just like, they work well in heat and stuff, because over time they like you do get blisters, but the texture is very malleable to use, and after a while I feel like you just get like, after holding like, you know, a plastic for a long time, you just get sick of it. I don't know why. Not really, I don't know. I'm not an expert. These are just assumptions based on a little bit of since I tried making apps and things. It's like, yeah. And also, like, usually if I'm gonna make like a cool looking, you know, sword or something, I want the handle to look good with it, you know? Not just, you know, some sort of, you know, I don't want it to look like it's some sort of just DIY, half-baked crap, you know, presentation. I don't know. I'm not saying epoxy cannot be used for a very good presentation and with sword handles or knife handles. It just has to be properly applied. And I don't know. It would always be good to use like a, you know, a solid hardwood or softwood base. For the last handle I created, it was softwood because that was the only type I could find, and I'm really just calling it softwood because of how unreliable it was as a whole. But I haven't found any. I've been using the machete for quite a while now, and I haven't had any difficulties with it. Maybe I'll like get it out just to show for reference after this video. Before I started using, you know, before I started trying to actually make real handles for my weapons, I would just use wiring tape. And trust me, about 5 minutes after using wiring tape, you really start to get sick of the texture. Unless you just apply a bunch of it on layers, which really just feels wrong, in my opinion. It just looks ugly. And just isn't, there's just this feeling that this is not how this weapon needs to be, you know, held, you know. And then again, I'm always tempted to just pick back the layers of tape and then, you know, destroy the handle. Or else I've thought about welding like aluminum pipes onto the ends, but then that just looks ugly. Unless it's properly sealed off. The like gaping like orifices of each side of the pipe when it's being used as the handle for the weapon would just I would get sick of having to look at it. It's like there's just this feeling of this feels hollow and cheaply made, and then, you know, it's just gonna be like, I just want to try maybe like if you bent in the sides of it so you could weld the creases of the pipe onto the metal. I forgot that we started a new game, but yeah. Yeah, been trying to stick to my gaming channel, but I'm not saying no one watches these, but it gets enough like lack of views to, you know, think about trying to spread out my boundaries of content. You know, it's the reason I make these videos, because I just it's fun to do. Not really I have to do it, thankfully. Yet, anyway. The thing I made an issue, that's the idea of that scares me about like actually having a full-time like job of a content creator. It mostly just scares me because of how, I don't know if it's like meaningless it would feel, but like how like not like simple, I guess. I don't know. It's like I can't, I wouldn't exactly say it would because it's a lack of challenge, because I hate challenges. I just think they're a way to make stuff lengthened out and take more time. It's more of like, you know, it's like the spirit, the hard work spirit would be lost, even if I was doing well or whatever. And like, I don't know, it's like making stuff. It's like, it's always given me a sense of accomplishment. I don't know why. And also, it's just, it's like, you know, I get to take and build something. I get to sit back and say, I made that. And it's really cool, you know. But then also, I'll start on so many different hobbies and then go back to them whenever my stupid brain, you know, is like, hey, you know all that random crap you started? Yes, well, you probably need to finish that before you go on to something else. And it's like, but I don't want to. I've lost the motivation to finish said project. And it's like, oh, no, you got to. It's just not the proper way to carry out stuff. But, you know, again, such as like with certain things, I do carry out and actually finish stuff. I just get distracted so easily, guys. This reason really just like keeping up with anything is just so hard for me. And also, aside from getting distracted, like, I think, as I said before, I'll easily be, like, inspired to start on other tasks, you know? Like making a kiln so I can smelt metal and make swords. Like, you know, it's like, instead of just thinking about that when I consider it in my head, like, I'm just like, yes, that's a great idea, me. Let's go out and do that and completely forget about whatever we're doing currently. Henceforth, just leaving a mess everywhere that then I have to clean up and then not want to clean up because I'm like, well, I'm going to go back to that. And no, you're not. You're not going to. You're just, like, trying to lie to yourself so you don't have to clean it up. But yeah, I do love making little, I don't really know if they're considered like weapons, but they're like, you know, little things that are supposed to be swords. At one point I was trying to make like not really a katana, but like a very, you know, elongated like base that looks like that by taking a aluminum like rod. I found a stainless steel rod and basically just built like adding a blade and a handle onto it. I think the thing was that like the steel was like solid enough that like it took a good bit just to get halfway through with an electric hand grinder that I was using. So yeah. But, though, after I got done, that would probably be a very solid sword that would serve well. But again, it's just that attention span, you know, I gotta get that I always have to get that under wraps, you know. It's not really, like, getting my attention span under wraps, and more of trying to, you know, distract myself with things that I need to be doing, I guess. I don't know. And then, of course, you know, it'll be cruel not to just, you know, bring up the fact of, you know, not or wanting or not wanting to do it in general. Attend the hobby in general. And I think that is the same thing when I play video games. I just get so carried off in one direction. And then, you know, and then I think of something else, or then I see something else, and it's like, I don't know. But I think I mostly just proud of myself. I've been committing to so many games so far for the channel. I really think if it wasn't for this channel, I wouldn't have gotten so far in certain video games just because I'm that bad at playing stuff. Just ask anybody that associates me with the gaming community. Just, you know, easily tell you. Don't bring out to do anything unless you want disappointment. Okay, that's a bit over dramatic, but in general, my performance while playing online with others builds up to that. I would assume that it builds up to that opinion. Alright, what else is supposed to be doing? Usually just online with other people. I'll just be so excited to play with other people in the game that I'll forget about actually trying to play it, you know? And I don't know if that's a good or bad way to go around, you know, playing video games. I definitely enjoy them more, but I'm horrible at them because of it. And to improve in things, you have to sacrifice enjoying them in order to progress in them by pressing yourself to the limits. I could rephrase that and it would sound really cool, but in general, sometimes, like, just having to, you know, get to that point, it really sucks. I don't know why. It's just, you lose inspiration, and then, like, the tactic portion of it just takes over, I guess. I don't know. Or you lose the creativity of the idea as the other form of the mind takes over. Generally, I think my sense of creativity as really I think that's another variable to consider when trying to figure out why I'm so bad at stuff. I don't know. It's like, especially in school. School's probably the first really time I, or well as anyone, to notice exactly where they like do well in. Like it's like I'm forced to do math. I'm forced to do English. I'm forced to do all these things, but I can draw and stuff just to make me feel better while having to do all these things, and for some reason I end up getting better at that. The most useless thing possible to get good at, that does poorly and delivers absolutely no bright future in that direction. Like, I would never get mad at I would never, like, disrespect, or what's the word? What's the word? I can't think of it. It's like degrade any fellow artists, but like it's just such a pathetic thing to have to like just like, you know, just like they just like sit down and say like, the gift I was given has absolutely no use in society whatsoever. Like, just drawing nice pictures doesn't mean anything in general. It's just absolutely useless. You know, it stinks to consider that, but it has to get to that point where, you know, drawing is just so, you know, useless. Also, speaking of art, why haven't I started a art channel? I suck at everything. That's like the only chance I have at getting viewed again on social media. I started trying to use my, like, just experimenting with my art talents on, you know, an equally useless, you know, platform such as TikTok via music, but I don't know if it's just TikTok, but I hate the difference in analytics between how much I get viewed for art stuff and like, you know, like that, like creative outlets rather than more technical, respective hobbies. And also, the worst thing about like trying to invest in being an artist is, at the end of the day, you can never trust that you won't run out of inspiration, and then everything after that just crumbles. I think I really am like over exaggerating my skill with art in general when I think about it. At most, I would be mediocre when compared to a generalized community of other people that consider themselves artists. The only way I could like explain it is if I just like if I started like on our channel, really. I don't know. Like I'm really good at I love playing video games, but even someone that doesn't play video games, they can easily tell I suck at it. Like, and when I like, you know, drawing stuff, and there's a slightly higher chance people actually will enjoy my art pieces rather than my skills while playing video games. But I love both equally, genuinely, but it kind of just doesn't matter. It's not that it doesn't matter per se, it's more of like, it is a horrible idea to fully invest into art. I don't know. But yeah, in general, after I go back to school, I might just start drawing and just streaming myself drawing, or making video recording myself drawing, or stuff like that where I draw. Pretty sure the only reason I'm good at drawing is because I do it at school when I'm bored. So that means that I might run out of inspiration to draw at home, which is a horrible nightmare I just considered. Like, if it wasn't for how boring school is, I probably wouldn't even be good at drawing. You know, I would just suck at everything. So I have fun thinking about that this evening. And alright, now that's kind of ridiculous. It's not like I haven't considered that before. It's just that I haven't considered that before. Like, I don't know, it's quite odd. It's like, in general, no matter who or what you are, everybody spends some portion of their, you know, life in general getting good at something, you know. Like, and I think that's the reason why people, you know, people in general can do so well at, you know, improving skills. Like, I think the reason I'm not good at pretty much anything is because, like, I get so distracted and I'll go off and do other things, and then not be able to even focus on one hobby or skill that, if I fully put devotion into, could become extremely successful, you know. But it's like, you know, it's like I want to do everything, you know. I don't just want to be good at, you know, playing games. I want to make them, and I don't want to just be good at, like, you know, riding, like, my bike, my motorcycle. I want to be good at working on it and modifying it and stuff. And it's like every single, like, thing I do, I want to be the best at it. Or not really, it's more like, want to be the best at it at the moment while I'm attending that hobby. And then, you know, a new random, you know, thing I want to do comes up, and I just go do that, and, you know, do not manage to accomplish anything. I don't think I ever mentioned that last summer I just randomly got into knitting and crocheting. And then, of course, got distracted doing something else a bit later. Like, in general, like, it just seems that it would not be useful to even do any of this stuff if I'm just not going to get good at any of it, you know? I don't like saying the word, I don't like saying waste of time. Because that, as a gamer, you know, that word has many meanings, and most of them are just people that don't play video games telling you what video games are to them. But, like, I don't know. It feels like all those hobbies would be a waste of time if I don't get better at them. You know, it's like, pretty much, you know, disrespected in the gaming community. And disrespected in the Alright, so just disrespected in the gaming community in different forms due to how the variety of video games I enjoy playing and never get good at one of them. So if I can like scratch everything I've said and restart, it's like I like to my knowledge I'm disrespected in like the sandbox community. Like disrespected in like the, you know, FPS community. You know, it's like, you know, and I think it's a very shallow term of disrespect that I'm saying. It's not like people lack respect for me. It's more people do not see me as like interest piquing or take any pride in viewing anything I do, because I disperse my content so, you know, Renaissance-like. It's like, I don't know, it's like the idea of like giving up a hobby and just like, you know, moving on from it, it's like, it just makes me sick to think of, because I don't like the idea of me, you know, giving up on anything, generally. It's the same reason I don't stop playing these games that I don't like, really. Like, the idea that if I just keep playing them, I could get better, and like, I could regret not getting better at them, makes me want to keep playing them. But again, we take ourselves back to the last concept I just said of me not stopping playing any of them, just doing so much at once that I cannot progress in anything. So it's like, it's like a paradox per se. Again, it's very like a very diluted manner reference of a paradox, but you know, sort of like that. The reason I like started like picking such random games is because if I start playing a game or a variety of games that like if I play them for a long time on end, I'll get bored of it. Not really bored of it, but eventually I will want to go off and do something else. And that is a very unhealthy mindset for, you know, playing games or creating content about the games in general. You know, I try to get myself in the most, you know, productive and efficient mood, you know, because, you know, if I feeling confident about or enjoying what I'm doing, then that's, I guess, I just feel that that would be the best place to start with getting other people to enjoy, you know, viewing my content in general. And, you know, creating what I enjoy doing means all sorts of random crap that I enjoy playing on a regular basis. Really not on a regular basis, more of spread out over different gaps of time where it'll be, you know, have a few months while I play something and then not at all for the next year. And then playing something else. And it's like that, except I'm trying to varietize it into a more frequent and consistent basis. So weekly rather than monthly or yearly. I think the consistency at which I go back to playing video games is another reason why I hate live or online or, you know, video games such as Fortnite, where I can't just go back to this. I pay money for a battle pass and I need to finish it. Or, you know, the game's gonna be like, yeah, we're moving on to something else. You can't do that. Too bad. So sad. You have to be good at Fortnite, henceforth getting progressive in the game so you can finish the battle pass. Oh, good grief. These Billy builds irritate the crap out of me. Yeah, that's right. Attack both. I shall attack both of them and vanquish both as well. Motorcycle, motorcycle. In the distance, I hear it cry. Whistling little rocket made out of stroked motorization that barely rhymes. Ever what? I thought we were playing Creatura last Wednesday or whatever, or Thursday, but it's this Thursday. I forgot I decided to start playing Project Zomboid. Man, that last video. I tried my best, guys. I always try my best. Mr. Beast. How did Mr. Beast get so incredibly popular? The channel, as a, you know, the channel itself. I don't know. Like, you know, I think of the channel, and I can't think of any identifiable characteristics of the, you know, videos themselves. They're just, we did really nice thing for people, or we did really expensive thing. And then showed you guys the really cool thing we did. It just leaves every time I try viewing any of it, like, hard to remember or, you know, figure out how exactly you could identify the channel itself. And not just Mr. Beast in general. There are a lot of other YouTubers I found that do the, you know, that just get to the point where they can, you know, make content without really having to, not really having to, I'm not saying like work for it, but more of like, they don't gotta think much on it. No, that's not right either. It's like, everything becomes extremely accessible, I guess. You know? I want to make a video where I buy a giant car and blow it up with dynamite. I can get a giant car and get the dynamite. And then I can say I did it, because I did do that. Henceforth, it's perfect for a video. See where I'm getting at? I don't know. I don't really think I'm making any sense, to be honest, but it's like, I don't know. Like my friends would be like, "Oh my gosh, you should watch this person. Their content is so crazy." And I'm like, "Okay, so what is this person? What are they about? What do they do? They do really cool stuff. Okay, what is the stuff? How do I identify these things that they do in their videos? I don't know." And it's like, I don't know. It's like. And I think it's really biased for me not to include gaming channels with this issue. But with most gaming channels I watch, like most of the only reason I watch is because the things they do in the games all, you know, have the same, they have a line of like, you know, identifiableness, you know? Like how the play style is, or whatnot. It's easy to watch. It's like I can watch the video and then learn more about the content creator by how they interact with the game, or, you know, carry out playing it in general. And then you grow more attached to it because I can actually, you know, identify and understand what I'm going to be watching, or be interested in what this video is going to be after analyzing all the other videos I've seen before it. Henceforth, building a algorithm of how it's designed. And really it sounds boring, but when I can understand what's going to happen, it's more entertaining to watch. And the most well of, like, I wish there was a way for me to identify it, but like, you know, people that just like, you know, buy a lot of stuff and then do something cool with all the stuff they, you know, did. Like, the most I can, you know, expect of is just, it's going to be something very extreme and very algorithmically appealing, generally. I think that's really with, like, I guess I'm just gonna keep on moving with Mr. Beast's content, for example. Like, you know, but the idea of it is just, you know, I know that the next video is definitely going to have something stupidly huge and insane and, you know, interesting for many people to view. There just never seems to be any reason behind it. Or, you know, thing, you know. I don't know. It's probably very, you know, odd way to bring up the topic, especially from that variety of YouTube as a whole. It's probably like makes up the most of it. Insane, you know, like, task content creators. I don't know. It's never really anything that is bad enough for me to not, like, actually have, like, a hate toward, you know what I mean? It's more of just like, okay, that's really cool, but I don't know. There's nothing. There's no. I don't know. There's nothing. It's like, at face value, it just feels like all the stuff that like is done in videos designed like that is just because people will view it. I don't know. First time like something whoever, I think like the first time I remember one video is viewing back through the like channel just because, you know, in general I don't like just like being confused with stuff. I like if there's something like I'll consider watching, I'll try going back through everything and trying to understand exactly how everything started. And I think pretty much everyone knows that, you know, Mr. Beast first reacted to stuff, right? Because he used to have a pretty generalized, you know, YouTuber setup, like in a room where he would like do stupidly, like not stupidly amazing things, but stupidly insane things, like a Beast in the channel. But like, even then, like, I think like the older content was a bit more interesting because it was like challenging to do. But even then, I really don't care for stuff like that because it's just so like, not really boring, but like obvious that they're just doing it because people will view it. And I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I know that's, at the end of the day, that's why it's made to do. And same way I feel about video games that, like Fortnite, that just like do pathetic things to keep you playing them. Just doing ridiculous, insane things to keep people watching it. With no, you know, with no creative thought put in. And then again, it's not really that, it's lack of creativity, it's lack of spirit, or I don't know. It's like there's like a base or like a foundation to everything. I think saying I'm bad at video games is kind of just an understatement. I'm so bad, sometimes it's entertaining for people to view it. I also just try playing games in a way that, you know, feels like that just I would like. It's like, you know, I don't know, that I enjoy. I don't know. It's kind of like, that's literally about every human on Earth games, I guess. But it's like, usually the goals of stuff like this that are set out, I get so sick of them, honestly. Because I know that's literally the only thing the game's based around, is just completing all the goals and challenges. It just feels pointless to me. And that's really just my opinion. Like, it's okay if other people think otherwise. It's just like every single time, anything video game that tries to be challenging or, you know, hard or whatever, deep down challenges are just ways to make video games longer and take more time to understand and learn, and henceforth making me feel like I'm wasting my time just doing something that is designed to take a long time to do. When really I could play games based on a way of, you know, carrying out interests in custom ways, things I want to do in the game. And I completely forgot they added that emote. Wish I got a Rick Astley emote in Fortnite. It'll be quite humorous in itself. So interesting how I can find a way to say so many words yet make absolutely no points with anything I say. It's probably a very common occurrence, honestly, but I just, at the moment of me realizing it, it sounds quite, well, sad, but at the same time ironic. Pretty sure I haven't made any actual point with anything I've said throughout any of streams or whatever. I just say words because it's the only way for me to not go insane playing these games in general. Especially for the amount of times I devote to in order to, you know, just feel like I don't know, created something worthwhile for all of you, because I do care about what I, you know, create. That's obvious. I'm sorry for saying that, but it is obvious. I don't know why I consider that to be, you know, something to think about. It's the same idea. This is actually the same idea behind, like, the videos I was talking about. Like, yeah, there is, like, certain things, but, like, why? Okay, like, it's like, I'm not saying you can't, but it's really hard to enjoy watching someone, such as myself, just knowing just because they're working hard to make it good for you. You know what I mean? That's not going to keep you watching me. What's going to keep you watching me is me doing something different that you wouldn't be able to see if you watched anybody else. And that's why live games like this infuriate me, because at the end of the day, I'm just playing through and redoing something someone's already done in this video game. And it feels pointless. Ah. This is a great time to show you that sword that I made. I have no idea why I think it's a great time to show you that sword that I made, but you guys are gonna see it. By darn it. It's pretty much like the only project that I've done that's actually amounted up to me not just getting distracted and forgetting about it. So a bit back, I found like this old lawnmower blade in the woods, and then I basically spent a good few days just renovating these metal itself, trying to get to its best, you know, try to bring out the best of it. It was I don't know, it seems to be a pretty good steel because it took a while to get all the rust off, and there's still a little bit of rust on it, but I think that's just I can't help it. The parts I didn't get off, some I guess I can't really help to the level I was trying to work to. But yeah, so basically this It's like an old lawnmower blade I found in the woods. I just like took and basically just fine down the middle to the best. I didn't really get as shiny as I wanted to, but I tried really hard to like really get the middle down. And then the rest of the time was spent working on the bloody handle, which I still didn't get right. It still looks ugly as all get out, but like I even tried drawing over it to try to get the angles out before just, you know, saying screw it and, you know, using my own thought process to figure out how I would get the other stuff to work out with the sword. And then I tried taking these really just getting the handle. The handle was the biggest part of it, ironically. Like I think like I've had so much experience like just renovating blades that that's part I enjoy, obviously, but like making the stupid handles is so hard to figure out how to do. And I knew this type of like this would need a good firm handle to some crappy wiring tape, and I think I did pretty good, honestly. At the end of the day, yeah, it's probably one of the only projects I've actually managed to finish in general. And then yeah, like yeah, the handles, it's crap, but it's the best I've ever made, honestly. And yeah. This can't be as bad as the time where I literally went to a alternate browser just to try calculating the number of treasure we would get from fishing in Minecraft. But yeah. I don't know why I felt the need to show that, but we're talking about swords. That means I minorly did something that was relevant to whatever I was doing the stream. But then again, it was a very straight out, oh crap, I showed a, oh goodness, I thought that was like a warning. Like, I know like if you show some weapons on certain streams, they'll like take you off because it's a weapon and you could attack somebody. But, I don't know, yeah, it was just, oh crap, oh crap, oh no, I'm sorry, oh crap. Well,
You seen the cats?
no, I haven't seen the cats. It might be in yeah, I think the cats might be, you know, in the living room somewhere.
Okay.
Alright. Oh, alright. Well, I guess I'll continue. Streamer challenge live. Alright. Ever what? Well, whatever. Good grief. Man. I'm so smart. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think, like, yeah. That's just the internet as a whole, really. Anyone could be watching. I think just recently I started, back. I don't know if I ever spoke about this, but I think okay. On Epic Games, like Hunter Call the Wild was free, so I like thought try getting into like the hunting video games again. And I think I was just playing Fortnite, and I was like, playing online with real people and managing to attack them is hard. Animals are programmed into PCs. Henceforth, they should be easier logically to attack. But then, you know, ran to the idea of just having to. The reason I don't hunt in real life is having to sit there and do nothing for so long. Just patience. I think it's really not patience with issue with like me trying to figure out how to hunt in like video games and in real life as well. It's like it's not hard to hunt. It's more hard just to like not get distracted and like go off and do something else while I'm trying to sit there and wait. I don't know. Yeah. Then also, like, the amount of time you just, like, end up getting to a relaxed state of waiting to attack something. And then when you actually see something, it's like your mind is not, like, the quick reflexes that are needed to get into the phase of attacking. Just, like, complete, is, like, it takes a while for it to get back into your head that is something I need to be attacking or hunting, I suppose. And it's like, I don't know. Get distracted so quickly. Hello, Nate. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, Nate. On 60HZ. I appreciate it. Alright, let's see here. Sorry I didn't answer sooner. I definitely didn't go into like any sort of just like freeze, like, oh crap. Again, it's just rendered obvious. I'm not gonna try to avoid repeating obvious things that have been carried out to an extent where I shouldn't have to re-explain them, but of course I am. That's what I do on this channel. Alright. There we go. Yay! That's my favorite gun in the game. I think it's mostly just because, like, I remember when I was playing Fallout New Vegas, I would always get the cowboy repeater and then just spend the rest of the game using it. Mostly because it's a weapon that handles pretty well against, not the Caesar's legions that you'll find randomly, and, like, takes them down pretty well as long as you keep it renovated, I suppose. I don't know if it's a normal strategy in Fallout, but I think it just becomes a point in New Vegas where you'll just like get a gun, and then if you have enough money, you'll buy another one of them, just so when the not the TLC, but I forgot what the word is. It's like the repairing thing. When the condition goes down, you just like instantly use that to repair it. So it's like easier. I don't know. And then there's also the repair kits, but those are always so pricey. Everything in New Vegas, it's like based in like the Mojave wasteland, so it's really hard to like find anything to, you know, repair it that way. So you just get used to like just buying like stuff in excess. I think that's the reason I would use the 45 ACP so much, is because even though it was a crappy gun, it was easy to repair. Good grief me. Alright then. Suicide. Alright. I keep on forgetting to check the challenges. Let me just do that. Actually accomplish something. Alright, so collect apple, banana, and coconut. Eliminate opponent while under the effects of frozen spicy ice cream. Oh, goodness gracious, not this again. Come on, me. Wait, I got this. Just take this. Then click this. Then adjust this so it spans outward full way like so. No. And that, and then just do this. Oh crap, it's loading. No, wait. If I press this, go out, and just do this. Nope, nope, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work right now. I can do this. I can figure this out. I figured this out last time. Okay, then you just take this and expand it outward like. Oh wait, no, that didn't work. No, I forgot. I remember where I was. I took and did this, and then this is moved over there. So I just press it forward. No. Okay, so if I push it right here, then I can take and do this. So it expands the full way of both these accesses, and then after I re-expand it like so. Darn it, what did I do last time? There's a trick. There was a trick I figured out before I started streaming. I'm gonna have to reassess my... Yeah, like this, except not like that, because that's a stupid idea, because now I can't see the chat and can't reply to anything. It's a good idea that I finally figured out a way to minorly access the chat, because now I kind of have a blatant idea of what in the world I'm doing. Okay, here we go. I figure out how to expand the y-axis properly, but then like... Oh, here we go, yep. And I can see... No. Darn, what is wrong? Okay, let me figure this out. And wait, was it disconnected all this time? Oh my goodness. Just notice how often it gets disconnected. That is horrifying. I really need to get like a real camera. Let's see. Alright. Nope, no. I can figure this out. No, yeah, halfway. And then after that, I just pull it a bit further over here. Then I just do this. Like so. And then, logically, it's going to turn it that way a little bit. And then, darn it, I was so close. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is so ridiculous. Okay. Do that, yeah. And then I just take the chat and squish it a little bit so it works. It all makes sense. I'm so smart. Okay. I forgot one. That's okay. Huh. Wonder why, like, you always see, like, brick houses that are red and stuff. And I'm pretty sure you can get, like, other color bricks, but for the main majority, people always want red brick houses or, like, burgundy tints to their, like, bricks if they're gonna have a brick house. Pretty sure that, like, that's the reason, because, like, was it, like, red? I know that, like, in water, red is the first color to, like, degrade, but like I don't think that would work with clay. I'm guessing because like now I think about it, most likely reason most brick houses are red is because the clay is red naturally, but like you can get other color of clay. So if I was gonna get a brick house, I would want it to be blue bricks. It would probably cost a stupid amount of like time just to get them to dye blue, but just be able to, you know, you just be able to get out of your house and say, I have a house that has blue bricks. This is the most hideous thing, yet it would just be the best thing ever. It would be just I don't know. Really, after you get to where you actually have a favorite color, and then you start using your favorite color for cosmetics. It's like, it's always paranoid, like, what if I at some point don't get tired of this color, and then I have to, like, redo everything. Like, I'll get, like, a blue coat or something, it's like, And you just have basically an attire that usually is veered around a certain favorite color that you use. And then someday you're like, all right, it's like it becomes such a favorite color that you get sick of looking at it over time. And it's like confusing. Maybe that's the reason so many people are so obsessed with getting like solid white color clothes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what is like the thing with like white shoes. Like in general, like, you know, Nike or whatever, the sneakers, and it's like, out of all like colors that have a shoe, why white? Everybody knows that in like a week tops, it's going to look like, you know, ugly and dirty. And I think maybe the whiteness for a certain amount of time then is like, oh crap, no. Oh, I need to look. I'm so stupid. I've been playing Fortnite for about last year. I started in like chapter 1, season 3. No, chapter 1. I feel like it was chapter 1, part 1. It was the one where we had like it was the chapter where we were, come on, words. It was the chapter with like, all I can think of is like, my friend asked me that too, because he was playing Fortnite with me, and I told him like, it was the chapter with like, the LT llama skin, and it was the one where like, yeah, it was like, I can't remember, I'll have to look back. I do not like the, yeah, but yeah, I've been playing for about a year or so. I played a bit before I started streaming Fortnite, but then like after that I like just I just like started, I was like, at one point I was addicted to Fortnite, and then I was like, you know, of course, what if I use this game, you know, like live, you know, if I'm so, yeah, it's so addicted to it. But then of course I realized Fortnite is a very hard game that becomes very hard to play for long extents of time quickly if, you know, it's that point. I don't know. I think really it's like, yeah. Yeah. I think actually I started in season 7 because my friend set me up an account on my laptop to play at his house, but then of course I deleted it because at the time I couldn't really play it outside of other people's houses because we didn't have any internet. Really, it was like, you know, the crappy like, satellite internet that you get like 16 gigs per week maybe, so it was like, you know, might as well just delete it to save storage for other stuff I could play. And then after I deleted all that stuff, I started playing again on my Nintendo Switch during the season, you know, last year during one of those seasons. And then, you know, I've been playing since then because I just linked my Nintendo account to this one, and you know, now I play it on Epic Games. So yeah, I don't know. I've been playing long enough to, you know, suck at it, so. Really, actually, I don't think that's a proper example. My brother started playing it at the same time I did, and he's pretty much really good at the game. He's just naturally good at hard, challengey games like this. But that's aside from the point, yeah. Been playing it for long enough to know that I'm bad at it. Not long enough to know that, yeah, I'm not enough to know I'm bad at it. There's no other way to say it. But either way, yeah. I need to start looking at the chat. It's definitely the game. This is, it's whatever. Yeah, it's whatever. It is whatever. And going back to the Nintendo Switch, I think of like the weirdest thing with like Nintendo. The most games I play using their like technology is non-Nintendo branded games. I don't know why. I'm not a Nintendo fan. I thought the idea of having a Switch was nifty, but then I played the Switch and, you know, essentially the main thing you use to play it failed me, like most other, you know, copies, and I kind of just wanted to, you know, burn my Joy-Cons and use telekinesis to continue interacting with the console. And then a bit later, I think my grandma got me some, like basically, it's sort of like the off-brand Joy-Cons. And they've oddly enough lasted longer. They've worked slightly better. I don't know why. It's like they get the job done. I also have a Nintendo Switch controller, but it just feels wrong, like setting up the Nintendo Switch and then using controller, unless I'm on like using a TV or a monitor, or I play with my computer. I used to do that, but then like one time I took my Nintendo Switch charger to power like my laptop or whatever for school, and then like it's like it closed. When I got in the car, the cord halfway closed, and then like got like, you know, we spent 10 miles down the road just finding the tip of the Nintendo, like official Nintendo Switch charger, to the point of it not working. So now it cannot play on the TV. And really, the only thing Nintendo had going for it was letting me use my controller in front of a computer monitor. And now that I have to use the Joy-Cons, it just gets to a point where I'm like, nah. I liked Animal Crossing. I think it's my favorite Nintendo game's Animal Crossing, honestly. And mostly just because that's the one game where I'm not, you know, basically just being guided with a wooden stick on exactly what to do in the game. And where to go and how long I have to finish it. And generally just how most video games were set up for a large point in time. All of this was due to the fact that I think, like, I started playing Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch, and I think the most nostalgic memories I have of Fortnite is on the Nintendo Switch, which is quite odd because I don't know, it's like, it's weird. So I think, like, yeah, because I started playing it on the Nintendo Switch, that's obvious anyway, but like, yeah, further say something, it's whatever, I'm not gonna think too much about it. Well, let's see here. Yeah, I think like the only reason I play Fortnite is really because, like, you know, it was just one of those games at one point where everyone else was playing it. So, you know, I like playing games with my friends, so I started playing it because I want to play stuff with my friends, and it's another efficient, you know, platform if you want to have a multiplayer experience. But at one point, I would have never played this game for fun, alone, really. But I've gotten to the point where it's like, well, I can't stop, you know, collecting stuff. It's more of like, you know, Fortnite got into that situation where it's like, I need to get every battle pass, because if I don't, then I'm going to miss out and not get stuff that I can't get anymore. So, you know, continuously playing it. I don't like saying that because it sounds like a horrible, you know, like, foundation to continue playing a video game, but in general, I like collecting stuff. Like, that's the main thing that made me start playing the game. And in a way, it's sort of like a, what's the word? Burden rather than a gift to obsess over just collecting stuff in games. Because now it's like, you know, I'll get to a point while playing like Fortnite where it's like, do I actually like this game? Or am I just like, you know, playing it because? And really, I think it's like, yes, but also no. It's like, if it's the reason I enjoy playing the game, I'm not going to get mad at myself for enjoying it, you know? Generally, most reasons I play other video games are quite, I guess, like Minecraft is probably the only game where I've considered playing it properly. But that's only because I don't actually I play Minecraft, but I don't play it in a way to, you know, accomplish the one goal that's set out for you in that game. which is to defeat the Ender Dragon, which I've never feel the need to. Really. Just like I've never felt the need to beat any game. I just know that the game's gonna be over even if I finish it. So why, you know, just, you know, it's like, that's the end. Go find something else to do. Like, that's like, that's probably the foundation of why I don't like, not really RPG games, but like, you know, story-focused games. Because it turns into a point where it's less of me leveling up in the game and getting better and more of me progressing in the story of the game, however the developers intended for it to do, which is it's really fun for most people, but it's never appealed to me really. I just like playing games my way because my way's fun. And the other ways work just as well, but I just feel I get more entertainment out of. Oh goodness gracious! Okay, no, these stupid cars. Paranoing over just like music in a game after bringing out a freaking machete to a chat. Ah, good grief. Yeah, I'm still trying to like adjust to like getting used to what is it called, like it's like generally just time changing between seasons and months. Like it's like it was like a natural response for me to feel like, all right, it's like I've streamed a lot and it's dark outside, henceforth time has lasted long enough that the general amount of hours I do streams is over with, and then it's like, oh, daylight still commences once more in the evening. It's like, I don't know, it's like, it always daylight saving always messes me up, really. If, like, you know, morning and night doesn't already, like, when it's already changed even more, it's like extra, like, veteran difficulty for me to know when to, for me to know, like, when to get up and stuff. I remember when I first started like just sleeping in and waking up in the evening, and I actually felt like it was a good thing because I think I was at the point where it was like people would, you know, like I think like because like originally, you know, I would think back to when like I would nap and stuff when I was really young, and people would tell me it's good to take naps because they help you be more energized. But really it's like if you sleep too long you just feel like crap when you wake up. And but you know, it's like it's kind of ironic how like some like the toddlers will take naps in between the time, so like adults sometimes just, you know, do that, except they just never wake up in between morning and, you know, 12 o'clock. Not really adults generally, it's just very sad people such as myself that don't like getting up. I don't want to say early, but like early enough that people can respect you getting up. I guess, I don't know. I'm not really at this point. sometimes I still consider, like, if I would, like, if it would be okay if, like, instead of, like, we having day and night, there were just certain places in the world where there would be day, and then other places where there would be night. In general, there needs to be equal balance of both of those to maintain a proper circadian rhythm, but at some point, I just, will stay up late and then hate seeing sunlight at 6 o'clock, reminding me that you forgot to sleep again. Nice work, you moron. Thing like, yeah, just like, well, today, I guess. Like, I was gonna go to bed. And I actually went to bed. And then, like, it's like at the point where it's like, the anxiety really starts to peak, or the realization that you're gonna feel like crap the rest of, the day. That built-in anxiety really starts to peak when you get up for the third time and see sunlight out the window, and it's like, oh, crap. Well, I'm not going to feel good today. But really, sometimes I feel like I can stay up all night and not really notice anymore just because I'm so used to it. Or like, even when I get a little bit of sleep, I feel fully energized because I'm not used to getting any sleep like that much at all. Sometimes. I don't know, it's like, well, mostly in the summer when I'm really not doing that much or having to, focus in on anything that much. I think it's really like the only reason I feel energized or feel good is because I just spend the entire day being a complete degenerate and doing nothing. Henceforth, I don't burn that much energy, as well as don't feel that de-energized while something moved in the right corner. I can't tell what it is. Alright, never mind. That something moved. Either way, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I bring it up. But yeah. Like, anytime I think about like how bad like sleep in general for a lot of people have gotten throughout the many years of us progressively, being more efficient at designing technology to burn in our retinas with UV light. Like, it seems like at some point, instead of us just all just dying from lack of like sleep, life will find a way somehow. Like, in the future, our eyes will literally be like designed to withstand lots of inorganic light, some crap. Like, at least we're like, getting, any other thing that like over time, like we've slowly adapted to, like, what was it, like, they say that like throughout the like past like decade or century, our like our body temperatures have steadily decreased in order to like, avoid, sicknesses or whatever. Which is kind of ironic because when your temperature is raised, it's actually your body fighting off the infection. But it's painful enough that, it's, I also just instantly just take something to make it go away. But like, yeah, I think that's how, like, so it's like ironic how the body is literally like, okay, fine. You want to, torture yourself? Then fine. We're going to lower your body temperature. Henceforth, lowering the chance of you getting a fever to fight back an infection in the future of generations. So it's like, I don't know. It's funny. I don't know. It's not funny. It's humorous at a very shallow level when considering it. All the facts together, thinking about it at once. Anyway, that point moving forward with my assumption that slowly our eyes will somehow become more and more advanced to like, tolerating different forms of light in the future. As well as we will most likely become more resilient when it comes to not needing to sleep. Like, those two things, I feel like those are going to be two things that in the future will will like be extremely altered throughout maybe the next 10 million years. Will actually like our like bodies will actually start to like learn how to adapt to like how technology is done. And then like beds and like sleepwear will also become less of a thing because humans will sleep less. Assumingly that, you know, it's that point. And that would be like many years in the future, and at that point most likely we won't be able to live on Earth. So, and generally that's the worst thing about trying to think about all these like things that'll happen in the future. You have to think about the actual things we do know right now, which is that life barely is able, like humans are barely able to live now with how the climate is. Like, the future is going to be less like technotic and more of just, there will be like either more, like a drastically more or less people to do stuff. And we're all just going to be, you know, like even more like, well, this sucks. In a way, I don't know, it's like unexplainable in order to further progress the point I'm trying to deliver, because nothing I say makes any sense whatsoever. You know, as a, you know, there we go. You know, I think speaking of other things that like could be differentiated in the future due to how technology has caused this to become, I also think that us spending so much time lent over, or what would be the like constant like adverb of leaning, or leave, lent, have lent, leaning, or whatever, you know, like the steady progression of us just leaning over to look at screens and stuff, or computer screens. I think like at some point people will literally develop to go back to like not being able, like we'll still be able to like stand up straight, but our backs will be even more designed to just like shift into like a arch shape. And compared to what's considered, you know, will just be like kind of confusing. Like, it's basically said that no, a healthy person has a very they stand up straight. You know what I mean? Like they have a good they have good posture. Like I think like in the future, posture as a whole will be. It will be. No one will even think about like how like trying to change postures, because like we'll really be like designed in a way that we could not prevent it unless we horribly tried. I don't know. It's like just the generalized. It would have to be a consistent amount of people that were, you know, leaning over at screens for the like whole population as a whole to have issues with back. Or really, it might not be an issue. Like, you could think of it as us not having to stand up straight and work harder to properly stand up straight. I don't know. Outside of like probably like minor scoliosis issues, I've never found any issues with back issues. I don't know. Like somehow, like when I was always thinking like it would probably have the issue where like I'll have a hunchback, but it's more of like less of a hunchback and more of like my skeleton like would look to be like it's like the weight is shifted in an odd way. I'm guessing because like it's sort of like how like, you know, like you just being hunched over as well as bearing down with one arm to right and stuff with your primary hand causes the weight to be shifted to one side. So like all the weight on this side is like going this way, and to make up for that, my body's like staking all the way on this side and pushing it back. So it's like in this weird, like, I don't know. It's like, it's weird, it's confusing. It's like, just like how, like, but that's how scoliosis works, right? It's like, the tilt is due to, like, a constant, you know, steady, you know, base of, like, the weight being shifted in an irregular manner. I think at one extent, one night while I was thinking about, like, oh, thank you, I appreciate it. I don't know if that was sent like an hour ago, but I just saw that now, and I'm still going to say thank you. Either way. Yeah. Let's see here. We complete this yet? No, we didn't. I thought I could. Let's see. Land on water from bus. That seems pretty simple. Okay, let's go here then. And then also, the job boards are like the mercenaries, right? Because you just like go. It's more like you just like are marked with a target. It's like when you it's like every time I deliberately try to attack someone in Fortnite, it is even harder for me to end up succeeding in it. I don't know. Ugh. And Fortnite's always been one of those games. It's not like it's like hard to play, I guess. It's just hard to, I don't know. Because it's not a bad game. It's just like, there's something about it that I can't put my finger on. That I just like, that always confuses me quite much. I've also tried like expanding the boundaries to fully get more research about these Victory Royale based games. To see what about Fortnite has always like made me ponder. Right. Why was that? Oh, wait, right. What was I supposed to be doing over here? Oh, darn. I didn't complete the quest. I'm supposed to land directly in water. I landed on the bridge and then fell in the water. Let me see. Let me go to quests. Alright, so... search chests and ammo boxes. Okay, that makes sense. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna be online tomorrow or live tomorrow, but if I am, I will be looking forward to playing, starting our attempt at vending in Fallout 76. Wait, no. Wednesday. My grandmother's going to the doctor's office, and I thought I would tag along, just because, why not? Kinda need to get out of the house. I guess somewhere it gets to the point where it's not a fact of me wanting to go out, it's more a fact of me staying inside long enough that I feel like I just need to. But then I go outside and it's like, no, I don't want to. Let's not do that for another few weeks. Either way, it's nice. It's like, I don't know. It's like it came up to a point where it's like actually going out and interacting with stuff was a way, like it's the most like memorable way to remember doing things, I guess. I don't know. Yep, yeah, it's Wednesday. Yeah, I'll be online tomorrow. What was I gonna stream? What was I gonna do? Oh, Minecraft. Right. Minecraft. No one watches the streams anyway. So that's alright. Or I might not. I don't know. I still trying to figure out if I want to go out somewhere or just not. Probably will, honestly. I know I'm thinking about that now. Okay, I'm not even gonna start with that. I've already been distracted. I just realized that the screen is still not properly focused in because the cancel button is cut off. So let me just torture myself even further by trying to better adjust the thing. Or not. You know, I could just not do that because I don't. You know, that's a horrible idea. Anyway. Darn, now that I know that half the screen's cut off, I can't rest until it's properly displaced. Let me see here. Okay, just do that, and then just move it like this. And then wait, let's see. This is how it worked, right? I feel like this is how it worked. Yeah. Yep. Perfect. Then I just move it over so the rest of the screen is showing, as well as the chat is able to be seen properly.
Top chat.
Oh crap. What did I
Welcome
just do?
to live
No.
chat.
Oh crap. What did I
Remember
do?
to guard your
Good.
privacy and abide by our
Stop.
community
Stop.
guidelines.
Oh, good grief. Yeah, I know.
Learn more.
What did I just do?
I'll be
No,
03 Mazel.
How do I undo
Chat.
that? Stop it. Stop.
0/200.
Okay. That's gonna get on my nerves.
Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines.
Why do I? Okay.
I'll be 03 Mazel.
0. Close.
Chat.
Close. I fixed it. I have no idea why I did, but I fixed it. Now instead of doing that, I just want to compress the chat even further so I can fit it into that corner. I can't fit in that corner because it's at its maximum of minimization. But I can. Oh, that's quite odd. Let me see here. I can just take in. Whatever. I'm willing to accept that. Definitely not a complete waste of time. Either way. I think I'm just gonna take, at some point I'm just gonna take all the, I don't know if I can, I tried to change my name a bit back, but probably just gonna have to we're just gonna make a simple title about Leo 3. Just make it more simple. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm so good at Fortnite. Watch me fail over and over again. But yeah. What was I doing? Never mind. But yeah, like I think I'm gonna tomorrow we should be trying to set up some sort of vending system throughout the Commonwealth. Or that we're gonna try finally start on our grand trade idea in the Commonwealth. It may not go anywhere, but I'm gonna do it because that sounds like a cool idea, honestly. It's always struck me odd that like even the majority of the people I know that play Fortnite usually just focus on playing the creative built the custom created games rather than the actual one. Honestly, sometimes the other types of games are minorly entertaining, but at the end of the day, I just will end up getting sick of playing them. I'm not saying I get tired of this. I kind of get tired of playing like this type of game, but it just feels right, you know? It's just, you know, it's like, if I was just gonna say, you know, streaming Fortnite today, and then just played whatever in the custom maps, it just wouldn't feel right, you know? When someone clicks on it, they're expecting me to be playing the Port Royale Circle I type gameplay, I guess. You know, and the best I could do is, you know, go ahead and try that. And eventually, this game has to stop being frustratingly hard and start to be easier to deal with in general. As I've said before, with most other games that I become infuriated with. So, you know. Wait, let me go and try landing in water in this. Oh, let me get to that water. I can get to that water. I can get to that water. Ha! Landing in water from bus. Finally. I have no idea in the world why it took so long for me to accomplish, but it did. Alright. What is the next thing that I shall do? Oh, let's go ahead and grab, like, what was it? A banana? Darn, it was like 3 different fruits we need to grab. Has anyone else ever like just sat down and considered that by technicity of how space works, we really have no idea which way is up? Or down. Everything's just like a vacuum or a void. Like up is generally just the alternate way on Earth. We define up as whatever direction gravity is not pulling us to. So really, I don't know, it's confusing. Not really confusing, I'm just making it confusing because, you know, why would I not? But, like, you see all the, like, solar system maps, right? And they're all, like, they all look like they're in the order, like they're all along the same line. Like, probably should just, you know, try harder to, you know, study in school or whatever, but, like, it would seem that, like, really the planets are, like, definitely veering in the same, like, you know, like, way of how they're distanced between each other to the sun and all. Like they're same. I believe they're same in the same order, but like they're definitely like. It's like I don't know. It's like well, actually now I think about it. Okay, no, I corrected my stupidity. The sun delivers a magnetic force, like a pull system, which keeps all the planets roughly around the same. What's the word? Latitude, if you will. Like, you got the sun in the middle and all the other planets, they're all in a straight line in most, like, diagrams. I would guess that's just because of, like, the sun's, like, magnetic field. I really just am proposing this because after correcting my stupidity right then, but, like, I don't know. That could also be wrong. But, like, I don't know. So maybe there is a generalized, you know, way of telling which way is up in a galaxy if we, you know, further dilute the term by which the largest, you know, the star of the solar system's mass, which way the star of the solar system's mass is pointing in a upward direction when compared to all the other planets that revolve it. But then really you just know, like, what... Wait, okay, so actually that really doesn't give a better idea. Because, like, think about, like... Now we know the line of latitude at which all of the planets are aligned together by. But generally you still don't know which way is up or down, because... For all we know, you know, there really couldn't be. There like theoretically couldn't be because I don't know, like. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like the alignment is less of which way is. It's not really a line, but all of the magnetic poles which in each planet are synchronized within the same alignment in relevance to the sun. So if we know which way is north and south, then that would just be another term for up and down. So I could just play the game and not do all this stupid mess while I play it, but no. There's open situations like this. Or I could look it up and stop, you know, being stupid and not looking it up. But like, if we know north and south pole of the Earth, I would assume at this point we also know what is the north and south pole of the sun, and if we can define where those two things are in the core of the galaxy, we can figure out which planets are upside down or right side up. But does that mean that all stars inhibit the same magnetic poles? Or are all of them either, like, random? Like, there's a general up and down, you know, definition if the tilt of the magnetic pole of the core star of the galaxy is built. But then, like, other galaxies would assumingly have the same, what's the word? You know, direction, or sense of direction. to inhibit other planets to revolve around. So, oh no, okay, this is, I've nauseated myself mildly, but not really. It's more of a hypothetical term of, in replace of confusion. But then magnetic poles don't work for qualifying, like, space as a whole. It only works for qualifying which planets in their galaxies are upside down or right side up. So that still means... No, not their galaxy, the solar system. There are lots of solar systems in one galaxy. I'm not stupid. I don't think I'm just mildly stupid. I'm just stupid enough to be considered stupid when compared to the majority that knows more. I need to write that down and post it somewhere online. It's been 5 minutes before, you know, horribly torn apart. Let's see here, but... The star in the middle of a galaxy could have a magnetic pole. No, a galaxy is just a bunch of stuff collected at one point. No, that means it's scattered together into the galaxy. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Either way, I'm gonna feel stupid. But also, I'm playing Fortnite. Pretty much have to entertain my mind, or it's just gonna go dead. Like, so it's like... I've always considered that galaxies are just solar systems, except on a multiplied scale. Wait, what? Huh. What? Let's talk about another one. What? Oh, screw it. I'm just going to stay in my stupid bubble of bliss. It's better than the paranoia that I just occurred. I'll figure it out tomorrow. It's been too long now. I always look at the chat like 5 hours after everything's. Let me stop doing that. I need like, in my head, I need like prepare a way of being like, okay, I'm gonna look at the game and play the game for 5 minutes, then I'm gonna look over to see what the chat's been saying. Then I'm gonna look at the game for 5 minutes, then I'm gonna look over, and then that way, I can maintain proper wording and properly timed responses. Which will hither the future away from even more embarrassing moments, such as every time I stream. Alright, now back to exactly which way is up or down in general. I'm not really like... I just realized something. Oh, that's why. Okay, it makes sense now. Okay. I'll remember to do that next time. Nah, that doesn't make any sense now. I think that. Ever what? Just gonna make myself all worked up over nothing. Ain't no way to end an evening. Still, probably should worry about that. Oh my gosh, have I just been showing my webcam on Twitch this entire time? I'm a freaking idiot. Anyway, I'll figure it out tomorrow. I'll work out somehow. Just look it up. Just look it up. The internet is amazing. All I have to do is look up things, and I can solve problems without having to ask stupid questions outside the internet. I need to trademark that phrase. Definitely hasn't been thought before, and if it has, I'm going to act like it hasn't until the process of trademarking it is implied. I think my hope for next season is just that they tear this planet, this like world apart, so we can go back to the good Fortnite map that I like and I understand because I'm used to it. And I've already mentioned that I don't like this map. I mean, like, it's not I don't like it, it's just new and different. And with Fortnite being one of those irritating games that with new stuff is happening all the time, the map was the one thing that I could understand. Now that's gone. I think I'm really just nitpicking. In general. Like, it's some of most things I say about this game with me just being nitpicking. And also, I really don't play enough Fortnite to care at this point. In a manner of speaking, of course. Oh wait, no, that's it. I want to consume chug splashes in order. There we go. Oh, that was not a good idea. Oh, wait, no, that was the same rifle. I didn't realize that. Well, that was a horrible idea that I'm realizing now. Hey! I know we got a level 50. Really is proving that every time I play this game, it's just a big blur of stuff. Not to insult anyone that finds Fortnite to mean more than that, but it really is hard to remember anything after I played this game. Outside the times where I horribly embarrass myself, but that's really just while I'm streaming. At the end of the day, anything can be better that time where I didn't even turn on my microphone before starting and realized that 15 minutes away from ending the stream. I'm just gonna coaster on that for the future times where I do something horribly stupid. It really was a good investment to ask for a microphone for Christmas. Now I just have to hope for a camera next year, and then I won't have to deal with poor visual quality. With that actual editing software. Okay, never mind. Whatever. We're just invest in the Photoshop generally. It's probably the best idea now I think about it. Pretty much have all those sources. But also I can't just buy Photoshop and then have to worry about paying for it again. Kinda reminds me of Fortnite in a way. This game is probably the best example of like how taxes work. For, you know, it's the best way to teach children about taxes now I think about it. I bet most of them don't even realize how they're learning how sad the economy is by slaving away at an investment just so they can buy another battle pass to keep playing the game. The modern equivalent being going broke because you cannot pay for bills due to paying for things that are taxed. My genius is overpowered in so many ways, but then flawed in correspondence to me reminding myself. Either way, it all works out. Yeah, look at this stuff. Me channel. Me streams. It all works out. Oh, I just noticed when you die, your hologram self turns into little tiny cubes before falling apart. It's pretty neat. Just noticed that now. A bit ago, my uncle offered to play Fortnite with me. He's been getting back into it recently. On a side note, due to me, not being able to maintain any sort of train of thought, got back into Northwind recently on Roblox. Mostly just because I wanted to try thinking about how to test my ploy for the vending idea with market trade, enterprises, and video games. Because Northwind you can like buy and sell stuff with your own little carts. I don't even know how to price the items yet, but I feel like it could work. The only part where I could be going wrong is over assuming how much other people just need resources in that game as much as I was needing to collect them. Like, it would take a while, but as I talked about last time I played Fortnite, not Fortnite, last time we played Fallout last Tuesday, like, after it got going, after we started investing a little bit into it, like in our own supplies, it could just work it could just like catch on, like a domino effect, like just a grand trade system that will most likely be banned horribly, as well as getting my account, you know, dislocated. But until that happens, it'll be a pretty nifty idea. It would only further ruin the economy, but it would work. I work every day to try to, you know, make item shops and video games obsolete. Especially for video games where you've already paid to play it, and you have to pay more just to progress in the game at the steady fashion that you are normally able to progress in all the other Fallout games. I could be wrong, but I'm certain enough that I'm right that I say these things to you now. I don't think I washed my hands that well because I can still smell the bleach on them from where I was cleaning this morning. Maybe like sanitize my keyboard from all the hours of junk food and potato chip grease that has went into the hardware. My skin's already horribly pale. What will happen if what happened to it if those agents were applied? Most likely nothing identifiable, since it takes a long time of steady progress for chemicals to actually wear away at your, like, at your general, like, appearance. Even radiation takes many days before the horrible side effects of your, you know, genetic blueprints being withered away at first contact. That's why it's such a terrifying, chemical, or not chemical, you know, process. Or atom reaction, I guess. I don't know. I think I was just, you know, just browsing like something, and like I was watching reviews on like that one time where, like, what was it, the guy from Japan, back when they were making having the little reactor places that were powering stuff. Like, you know, the one that, you know, obviously another horrible outbreak, sort of like Nova happening, except with a slightly smaller mass or whatever, and it's like, you know, everything's still there. Nothing new's gonna be built because we've lost all the cells to make it rebuilt. That's why I think nuclear radiation poisoning is my new most feared way to die. Just because of how slow, tedious, and depressing it is. Kinda reminds me of cancer, but, you know, it takes even more time to finally die. Oh, look, it's whatever in the world this is. I forgot what it was called, but it gives me this sick-looking backpack, so that's all that matters. You know, thinking back on it, the more I wish I started playing Fortnite, you know, at the from the beginning or origin. I also have seen gameplay footage of Fortnite during the early seasons, and it looks like if they took what Fortnite is now and made it even more tedious and boring to play. So, I'm also glad I waited. Not to say this, I hate having to like say that this game's bad, because it doesn't really set me up for in a situation where I will enjoy playing it. You know what I mean? But at some point, you have it just it just has to be said, and moved on from. Because really no video game is bad, it's just a lack of the, what's the word, audience, or the lack of the user being within the targeted audience for the game. Such as how, if you like torturing yourself and, tearing away at everything you enjoyed about any of the other Bethesda titles, play Fallout 76. You'll love it. I really need to stop making these jokes. They're not even jokes anymore. They're just tasteless nudges at my hatred. Or, not really hatred, just suppressed not liking this. Also, I really don't like, it would surprise you to know, but I really do try, pretty much every day to, think of new ways to say things that, especially if they must be repeated, just because it seems to become the best way to carry out things in a well-designed fashion. Or not like a well-designed fashion, or carry them out in a way that builds onto stuff I say, even if I'm not even building onto stuff. It just feels right, I can say things in a way that they could sound stupid, but the point is that I try not to, and that's the best way to get better at it, I suppose. Again, more obvious things that don't really need to be said because they're so obvious, but ever what? I said them anyway. Aha. If you ever want to know how it's like with me playing this game, that when I'm not streaming, just think of this, except I'm actually shutting my face hole so it's not intolerable to watch. And Spotify playlists in the background. To view. Tolerable to view. I've developed a very high set of notes recently. I don't know why. It's sort of an ongoing thing that happens every so often. But this current set, I really hate. the holograms, I have to admit the holograms are still quite cool. I think one of my favorite hologram things I've seen exists in, like, you know, Tokyo or whatever. I don't know if it's Tokyo exactly, but, you know, one of those cities in Japan is the one of the kitty cat that's, like, just sitting on the ledge. I would really like to see that someday. That's you know, it's a cat. Where can you go wrong? You know, or I could just, you know, go in my living room and watch real animals. But then it's not fun because it's not a form of technology attempting to imitate real life. I think the reason I like video games so much is because it's one of the most, like, efficient ways to just, like, experiment and learn how stuff works in the technologic realm, if that makes sense. Like, anything else, you gotta buy, like, a, you know, something, and you gotta test it out, and I can just, like, get a free game and just toy with the NPCs just to see how stuff works, and I deeply feel like that's how I learn more about how programs are designed, you know, in general, even if it's small stuff, you know. And also, any way that isn't me having to go up to another human and ask for help is a great way in my book. I'm pretty sure, like, anyone that is like it was word, not Epic Games. It's darn it, it's the game company that's like has a very extensive, like, library of, like, sandbox titles. Like, it's like the like Maximus or whatever, you know, like The Sims or whatever. Like, anyway, I think like almost every Maximus, like, enthusiast has, like, quite nostalgic memories of just spending hours one day you know, trapping people in walls of their houses and just watching them, you know, figure out how to get out. Sometimes I would even set up mazes. I would just, like, it'd be like sort of like one of those horror, sort of like Jigsaw, except I wasn't horrifically torturing them in ways that are not PG oriented. Like, one time I just made them run around in a maze for 3 hours straight to get up, and then, like, it was just, like, it was hilarious. It wasn't hilarious in the way that, you know, it's, you know, video game hilarious. It goes back to when I was talking about in, like, my Minecraft stream, like, comical violence rather than, you know, how horrifying it would be for that to be a realism, you know. I don't know why I had to say that, but either way, it just feels like I need to say that. Anyway, like, yeah, like, just like, Sims has always been fun. You can conduct your own little, like, experiments with it. Not really experiments, they're more of just very entertaining things that you're not sure will end up happening, but you want to find out. Like, I'm pretty sure I knew what was gonna happen if I trapped someone, was a Sims character, in, like, a maze, but it was just fun for what I thought was gonna happen to be secured. I think, like, I used to properly play The Sims 4 until, or really all the Sims games. I used to properly play them up to the point where my first character died when I properly played through the game to where I feel like I played through it, which was just letting all my characters live until playing as them until they died. And at this point, I usually like, I don't know, like recently I'll like I'll like watch various was like, you know, like sitcoms, and then try to like design, what's the word, like comical based characters that fit into that variety of like pop culture, I guess. But then they somehow set the house on fire while I'm away, and then I stop because it's like, you know, it's like, I don't know. I'll design the perfect little house, and then my stupid Sims character has to find some new way of setting it on fire. It's great. Reloading. Oh crap, I forgot. Does anyone else still like scream reloading in like an online game where they're trying to reload while they're in like a squad or something? Alright. Who else must I vanquish? Darn it. There we are. Sometimes in Fortnite, I really think like I could definitely, like, without a doubt, finish a game. It's just like the anxiety built up from getting to that point of getting very close to the end of the game causes me to like psychologically like be eliminated, just because like the tension within those last few moments just makes me feel so uncomfortable. You know, it's like, okay, one last person. I know if I end up winning this match, I'm going to feel great, and if I do not, it's going to take me a few minutes to, you know, gather myself back up to keep playing the game. It's kind of pathetic when you think about it, but, you know, ever what. Let's go check out the battle pass, and then I gotta check the time, and if it, depending on certain things, we might end. I try keeping the immersion of these streams as much as possible, but it's quite obvious I try to veer around 3 hours of content. Me saying that just makes it less immersive, and I apologize. So who else? Ah, so we're reusing Star Wars skins. We have a few new Miles. Ooh, that guy looks neat. Hey, look, it's me. I mean, never mind. Yeah. These like skins they have in like the item shops, they rarely appeal to me, honestly, unless it's like it's a obvious like iconic pop culture reference type skin, like, you know, Star Wars or Marvel. I just don't even care. Alright, well, hey, can I go ahead and just claim this page? Yes, I can. Alright, let's go. Alright, we got 8, so yeah, we're not going to be able to finish this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and manually activate all of the items. I think when I used to actually enjoy like the battle passes, because I was always thinking like I can use all these different items to build my ideal type of character for the game, but now I just realize each item is so incredibly tacky, it only works with that one set or whatever. Sort of like how I only have one blue coat that I just wear various shirts and ties with, because I made the mistake of picking a solid color when I asked for a coat for Christmas, and this is what we have. Also, I made the mistake of ordering it on like Wish, one of those like XYZ scam-like websites, which is why it's more of a costume than an actual coat. Honestly, I feel like I've grown more attached to it, and the cheapness really doesn't bother me. Not really the cheapness of it, just how cheaply made it's built. You know? Like, I really don't really care about expensive stuff that much. You may believe it or not. But, like, when it feels like I can pick it up and tear it apart with my, like, hands, that's when I have my limits. You know, it's like, I don't like getting stuff too often, but when I get stuff, I like it to be, you know, it'll last. Even if it doesn't look good, it'll last, you know what I mean? Same thing if I, you know, get a knife, I want to last. You know, if I get something else, you know, I want to be able to get as much time as I paid for out of it. You know, it just feels like, it's like, I don't know, it's just, it just feels right, you know? You know, like, I don't know, like $60 game, 60 hours of playtime. $20 game, maybe a good weekend. Or maybe even further if it's a really good game. But if it's a game that I don't really like, but I still paid $20 for, I will give it my all for a certain amount of time. Before I reach my limit, I'm like, screw this. Because honestly, some of these games, like, especially on Steam, some of them are so overpriced, but others deserve to be, like, they feel like they should cost more because of like how much I just enjoy playing them. But then I realized how really low quality they are and how they just really just easily catch my variety of attention when it comes to playing video games. So again, it's really just all up to opinions. Same reason you know, it goes back. I think it goes back to like the idea of like art as well. You know, you never know if like people you can work as hard as you can, but people have to enjoy it for it to do well. You know. Is it just me, or has anybody else just forgot? Has everyone else just like remembered that like No Man's Sky costed $60 at release, and it was a buggy, crappy nightmare, and they kind of fixed it over time, but it's still kind of just like a game that you've seen better games be sold for less. I don't know. It's like, I think the first time I played No Man's Sky was my uncle got it for free on like PlayStation Plus. So when he came over, he only played it on his like PlayStation 4, and it was like so bad that I loved it so much. And I don't even think it was because of the quality. It was just because of the premise of it quite well attracted me to playing it. Usually games that have that sandbox built infinite possibilities type play style, they just they work. I don't know. They're just cool. Not because like they could be high quality in general, but because they give the tools for me to like find my own way of enjoying them. Like they are able to, you know, allow access for my creative outlets when it comes to playing video games. Such as I shall show you next Thursday when I release my next video. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm just excited to play a game that I mildly can get behind and enjoy. Alright, no, I can rephrase that. Like, not really get, like, enjoy, like, it's like I could just feel entertained on a completely different level, on a level of simple creativity. I don't know, I just like, I'm overrating something I haven't even, oh, good grief, ever what. Say something, there's a pattern. I say something stupid, then I overthink myself into a corner where then I have to just restart a new subject. I feel like that's how conversations work, but I'm not sure yet. I have to talk to more people before that can be considered. I just realized that, like, I consider myself not really a socially awkward person, but an introverted character in most situations. But then, I also make friends with people that claim to be, you know, socially incapable introverts. To then, you know, become well-built, well, basically well-built, friendships. So at that point, it's really not considered social awkwardness. Or it's not really considered lack of social. It's not like, it's like, at some point, it just has to get to the point where it's not, I'm bad at social situations. I'm just bad around different people in general, like different like classes. I don't know. It doesn't really make that much sense when I think about it. So I have to think about it a bit further. But then I forget what the point I was trying to make was. A lot of people I have made friends with claim that they just don't really like talking to other people. Then again, they need concrete evidence, and I'd have to actually ask that exact question if they could restate how they said that. I'm not sure about this thing, but it just feels like that's how it is. And forwarding that tangent I was about to go into, exactly does that means I have pretty much basic. It's like by technicity, that means socially awkward people that enjoy talking and interacting with me kind of dilutes the definition of socially awkward, which means that it would properly need to be changed, right? Now the more I think about it, I don't even think, I think it's because, like, I'm not really social with my friends. It's more of, I just communicate with them. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I don't know, it's like, usually it's like, we don't really talk about stuff, we just, talk while playing games. And then sometimes other stuff, but I don't know. It's also why I've never really actually used the phrase "I am socially awkward" to anybody really, because it's a incorrect wording to say that if I am able to maintain a mild base of friends that is generally higher than how many people others interact with. It's more of like just different levels of like understanding and being able to, you know, socialize. Don't know if this is gonna go into another tangent that has nothing to do with what I would be referring to, but like, it's sort of like how, so I've been told there are different levels of like people on like, you know, like spectrums and stuff, and I've also been told I'm somewhere on there. I gotta go get like analyzed to figure out exactly where, but like, it's like toes dipped into the water on the spectrum rather than, you know, really identifying with it, and other people can identify with that statement on, you know, does that make sense? It goes back to how like at one point I was kind of mad at other people claiming to have ADHD. But then you just have to think about it, there's different levels and some aren't noticeable. And that's because, you know, generally it's so incredibly complicated and complex that, you know, it's never good to, you know, just judge. At the end of the day, it's never good to judge. Again, that's very obvious, but I don't care. I shall say it once more because I might as well. What else am I going to do with these ramblings? I think it's still good to say that when other people like are doing extremely well and say they have, you know, stuff like that, I start to question what is wrong with me in general. Like all those like things I say to like, you know, make myself feel slightly better about being bad at stuff, start to like hit a realization that it's not because of those things, it's just because I'm just a generally bad at stuff person. You know? I have bleach on my hands and I need to stop touching my face. Or wash my hands, which is a more responsible thing to do, but I don't do that here. I just, you know, subside for the most inefficient way of handling said problem. Or the most accessible at the moment way of tending to, you know, stuff. Sort of like why I won't just, you know, go online and figure out how to properly stream things. I just, you know, make myself look like an idiot over and over again until I teach myself. It works out pretty well, all things considered. My voice used to sound like a robotic dialect, and the video quality used to look like a little white smudge in the corner of the screen when I played games. But look at how small progress I've made now. Alright, never mind, that's a bad example. Either way, it's ever what. I have no idea how this relates to the previous 5 minutes of what I was talking about, but that doesn't matter. I adjusted my microphone a bit lower volume. It's ever so slightly lower than what it usually is, but you know, it seemed to be quite loud every so often, and I've been too scared to like consider. Oh crap! Oh no! I would say yes, but I just realized someone was interacting with the chat now. So, you may or may not still be watching this. But sure. Sure, you can join. Sure. I'm gonna go into the, I'm gonna go over here now. I'm gonna go return to lobby. And if you want to join, you can join. Jelly bean. See here. Let's see. Now we can I can finally tell you exactly what season I started in. I started in season. Oh, let me just grab this. Okay. This was in season 1. Yep. See, season 1. I don't. Chapter 3, season 1. I started in chapter 3, season 1. Or was that chapter 1, season 3? I remember there being either season 1 or chapter 1 in the title of the, like, home page when I started playing Fortnite. And I can't remember which one it was. Either way, I've been around for a year. Not that long. But I kind of just, you know. Well, I'm gonna go in. Wait, let's check. Actually, let me just check something. I hate having to do this, but it's the only way for me to properly continue with the stream without streaming for too long, because I have no sense of time and understanding of when said time runs out. And again, you know, okay, ever what? Let's go ahead and just peel the band-aid off and get this horrible stuff over with. Alright, well, it is 8:28, and I kinda, you know, either way, you know, we did a lot today. You know, in general, it kinda wasn't a lot, but we got to level 50. Got to level 50. We're halfway there, guys. Halfway there. Maybe in the next two streams, we'll finally get to tier 100. Either way, I just want to thank anybody that watched this. I was just gobsmacked that there was, yeah. Either way, it was scary, honestly. But anyway, yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. I don't care who it was. I just am thankful that yeah. Either way, I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to all of you on my channel once more. Thank you for watching for all this time. I see that someone else is viewing me. Viewer, thank you. I appreciate you. Don't stop watching me. I'll be here tomorrow. I hope you like Fallout 76, because God knows I don't. I could have said that better. I like Fallout 76, but I hope you also like watching me. You might like watching me more. Henceforth, why I said it like that, not in a way for me to insult you for enjoying watching me play it. Either way, I appreciate you. Don't leave me tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. This has been Albia3. Thanks for watching.